Hello there and welcome to HBN. In this video, we are looking at how to construct triangles, specifically how to construct triangles when you are given two sides and an angle. So we'll do that by solving some questions, and then I'll be explaining the concept as we go on. We've looked at how to construct various angles and then how to construct triangles when you are given all the three sides. So this should also be straightforward. And it says you have to construct triangle ABC, where AB is 7 centimeters and then BC is 5 centimeters. ABC, that is angle at B, is 60 degrees. Before constructing, you have to get a clear idea of what you want to do, right? So let's use some free hands. Our AB should be something around this A, B. Then our angle should be at B. So we put our angle 60 degrees over here and then draw it this way. And then we now come and measure C over here, and they are saying it's supposed to be 5 centimeters. That is all. Then we just join A to C. We are doing something like this. Let's quickly go into it. So the first thing we need to do is to get our AB. I'll first of all draw a straight line over here. So with this as my straight line, I'll just come and then take this point here. I'll point out my A. All right, you can use a line, whatever you can use to demarcate that. And then we are saying A should be here. So with A over here now, we now look for our B. But then it tells us that AB is 7 centimeters. So you can take your ruler and then come and measure out the 7 centimeters, which would be over here. Or better still, you can use your compass and then open 7 centimeters on your ruler. So this is going to be my 7 centimeters. You see, then I'll just come to A over here and then mark that over here as well. And that is going to be my B. So I'll put my B over here nicely. And then the shoulder it is what? 7 centimeters. And it says we should construct BC to be 5 centimeters, but we don't know the angle yet. We haven't constructed it yet. So at B, that is where we come and then construct this 60 degrees. We are constructing at B because it is B that is, you see. So let's construct angle 60 degrees at B. We've done that in previous videos, so I do hope you can do it. What you do is you open your compass at a suitable radius, right? So this is my compass here at a suitable radius. I stand at B, and then all I do is I draw a semicircle. So this here is my semicircle. Then with the same radius, I don't open or close. I stand at this point and draw another arc to touch my semicircle. So this is my arc here. You see? Then with that, I'll now draw a straight line through this point of intersection. So I'm going to, you have to use your ruler, right? So use your ruler to draw a very straight line through this point. See? So through that point over here, using your ruler. Now you can try and measure and see. So if I take my protractor and then I measure, you'd see that it is through my 60 degrees shown over here, right? This is my 60 degrees. Okay. So now that that is done, I can now measure my BC, which is 5 centimeters. So you take your compass and then open at 5 centimeters. So you open to 5 centimeters. Make sure it is exactly 5 centimeters. So as you can see mine over here, I have it on the 5 centimeters. Then I'll come to B with my compass pin at B. I just draw an arc to touch this line. So this is my arc over here, just to touch the line. See, okay. Now with that arc drawn, that point there is going to be my C. So I'll label that as C and then write it measure 5 centimeters. And I'll now join my AC, even though we've not been told to do, but it says you have to construct a triangle. You can't leave a triangle this way. See? So you now join this point here to that point. I'm joining A to what? My C. So this is it over here from A to C nicely, right? At the end, I can choose to deepen what I have constructed so that it can be seen clearly. Okay. Now it says you should measure side AC. You have to measure this side, the AC. Since I don't need this, let me just clean that here. We have to measure side AC. You take your ruler, your rule, and then you now come up here to A and then measure your AC. On mine, my AC is going to be, let's say, 6.3. 6.3. You can also measure yours. One tip in construction is whenever you are constructing, make sure whenever you are constructing, make sure the tip of your pencil is very, very thin, right? If the tip of your pencil isn't small, you'll be getting a lot of errors, right? So that is that. The last part of the question says you have to classify the triangle by its sides. Now, yeah, so looking at these sides over here, since they are all not the same, no, two of them are the same, we are going to say it's a scaling triangle. It is a scaling triangle. So that is it for this first example. Let's look at some other examples as well. So this question here says we have to construct triangle PQR where PQ is 6 centimeters. We have QR being 4, PQR, the angle at Q being 45 degrees, right? So just as always, we need a very straight line, right? So I'm going to draw my straight line over here with no measurement. We'll now put the measurement on it. So it is after this that I'll get my first label, right? And that is going to be P. So I'll put my P over here. Then I'll write that is P. Then with your compass, you now open on your ruler 6 centimeters. So I'm going to open 6 centimeters. And as we can see, my compass has been opened exactly towards 6 centimeters. And I'll come to P, and then we mark out our kill. I'll mark that out. This is my kill. Put a point over there as well. So now that I've got my P kill, what we do is it says we should construct QR. So from Q to R. But we need the angle at Q first. That is 45 degrees, right? That is something we've already done in our previous video. So you can check that out and look at how we construct angle 45 degrees. But then let's quickly do it fast over here. So we first of all need a semicircle. I'll draw that semicircle over here. Then standing at one end of my circle, I open to an appreciable radius. We first of all want to construct the 90 degrees, right? We want to construct the 90. So open to an appreciable radius and then draw an arc right above. So I have an arc here. And with that same radius, I stand here again and draw another arc. And all I need to do now is to draw a line through this arc, right? So this is going to be my line through the point, right? We draw a line through our point. Then I want to bisect this angle over here. So in bisecting the angle, we still take our compass. Then stand at one point, you see, of this semicircle you have here. So you draw an arc around this side. Then with that same radius, we do what? We stand at this end over here as well. You stand over here with your with a compass pin. Then you draw another arc, all right? After which you draw a straight line through your point of intersection from scale. So I'm gonna draw a straight line from this point to my point of intersection, something like this. Okay, through it exactly. You can always take your compass, your protractor, and then measure what you have drawn to see. So as you can see here, I want to measure, and you can see it passes through the 45 degrees exactly, right? So that is fine. So now that we have our 45 degrees, the next step is to measure our QR. See, we can choose to clean the unnecessary lines we want to, so that our work wouldn't be that clumsy, right? Okay, so we now want to measure our QR. Taking your compass, you open the 4 centimeter on your ruler. You see, so you open a radius of 4 centimeters. So this is what I'm gonna do here. Here's my 4 centimeters. So I just come down here at scale. My compass pin at scale. I draw an arc over here, and that is the indication of my curl. I put that there. Curl. Then I can put a 4 centimeter over here. After which I now join curl to what? P to curl. So I'll join my P, my curl. And that is just it. Now done. You see. Now it takes is the triangle scaling. How do we know if a triangle is scaling? It is scaling if all the sides are what? Different. They are all of different measurements. So let's measure PQ and see if at least we are going to get two of them be the same. So here I'm going to measure PQ. As we can see, my measurement of PQ is around 4.123, 4.3. PQ's measurement is 4.3 centimeters, which is not equal to any of the ones we have over here. Hence, it is not a scaling triangle. Sorry, hence it is a scaling triangle because all the sides are different. We have 6, 4, and then 4.3. So that is it for this one. I don't know if there is time, so we try this one. It says using your construction to draw, using your construction tools, draw a triangle PQR where PQ is 6 centimeters, PQR is 105 degrees, and then your QR is 4 centimeters. After which you have to classify the triangle. Since it's 18 minutes and I wouldn't want this video to go too long, I'll just leave this one as a trial work in addition to these ones we have over here. So let me just combine that together. So we have these over here, and you can try them as trial work. They're about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're about just 5 questions, right? I think the 105 would be a little challenging, but think about it and then find a way around constructing angle 105. Let me give you a tip. So to construct angle 105, all you need to do is you construct angle 90 degrees and then 120 degrees. Then you just bisect it. Then you are good to go. Right? So do that and then let me know at the comment section if you're able to do it. See you in our next video. Stay blessed.